Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the NBA slate on Draftkings for Thursday, February the 16th. Now this is a short Thursday slate, only a 3-game slate tonight, and this is our last slate before the All-Star break. So for those of you that may be unaware, I'm sure most of you guys know, but the NBA All-Star break does start on Friday, so there's going to be no games or no NBA games Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then there will be NBA games returning next Thursday. They're going to have like the All-Star festivities this weekend, the dunk contest, the celebrity game, all that stuff, but there's going to be no games until next Thursday. So after today, won't have any videos up on the channel. Just going to kind of take a break, try and get out of the house a little bit. I enjoy playing NBA DFS. It's my favorite sport to play. I've been playing NBA DFS for like 7 years now. I always look forward to the All-Star break, just kind of recharge the batteries, just kind of take some time away from the computer, stop looking at box scores every night, because, we all have probably the same process. As soon as lock hits, we're looking at our phones, looking at the box scores, checking scores all night long. At least I do, and, sometimes it's just kind of good to not do that for a few days. So I'm going to enjoy the All-Star break, but I still did want to make this video for Thursday, cover this little 3-game slate. So before we do talk through things, go game by game, make sure you guys hit that like button down below. If you guys do enjoy these DFS videos, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to the channel and if you have never checked out PrizePicks before, PrizePicks is the sponsor of this video. You guys can sign up for PrizePicks, use my promo code NOAH. When you do sign up with my promo code, PrizePicks will match your first deposit up to $100. So definitely give them a try if you have not yet. PrizePicks is a player prop site. I'm sure most of you guys have heard about them. On PrizePicks, you're just taking more or less on a player's projection. Very simple, very easy to use. There's projections you see that you think are too high, you take the under. If they're too low, you take the over. You can see some of the props they already have posted for Thursday's games. I'm sure they'll have even more plays posted as we get closer to the start of the games on Thursday. But definitely give them a try. Use that code NOAH when you sign up. Get your first deposit matched up to $100. But let's go ahead and talk through this Thursday slate. We'll start off with the first game of the night, the Bucks and the Bulls. So for Chicago today, Chicago, we'll start off with them. They're the only team on a back-to-back, and we're going to need to monitor their injury report. DeMar DeRozan did not play on Wednesday, and we don't really have any update on his status yet for Thursday. I would assume DeRozan probably sits out again. This is their last game before the All-Star break. Why not just give him, another day off? It was reported that he had I think it was some sort of strain or something. I think it was like a thigh strain is what they said. Yeah, a grade 1 thigh strain. So that doesn't sound very good. I'd assume DeRozan sits again. So if DeRozan's out again, we kind of know who's going to benefit. Really, Vooch and Levine are going to run the offense. Vooch did not have a great game Wednesday night, but I think he would be in line for a big role here. Matchup against Milwaukee, I don't love, but I think Vooch is definitely in play. Levine, though, had a really big role, played huge minutes, put up 63 DK points in their game without DeRozan on Wednesday. Tougher spot here against Milwaukee, but the offense is going to run through Levine. He's going to play massive minutes again. I think at 8,700, he would look like a really good play if DeRozan remains out. And then obviously some of the value from Chicago you could look to, guys like Patrick Williams, Ayo Dosunmu. Ayo was the value guy that kind of did the best. He played 43 minutes, had 28 Draftkings points. I think his minutes would be very secure without DeRozan. He would definitely have to play a lot, and his per minute production, I would assume, gets a little bit of a boost. So I would definitely have interest in Ayo if DeRozan does sit. Right now, there's really no value on this slate, at least not that I see when I was taking a first look. So I think a guy like Ayo definitely makes my value pool. Kobe White probably plays a little bit more off the bench. He had a really big game, put up 37 DK points, played 33 minutes. He would definitely be in play as well. Goran Dragic did not play on Wednesday, so kind of have to monitor his status too. If Dragic doesn't play again, obviously that's even better for guys like Ayo, for guys like Kobe White. So for value, I would definitely like Ayo and White if DeRozan remains out, and then I think Vooch and Levine would both look really solid as well. That's probably it though from Chicago. If DeRozan plays, then I don't really like much on the Bulls. I think DeRozan himself at 8,200 would probably be my favorite play on the Bulls, but I would most likely just kind of be staying away from the Bulls if DeRozan is in. But I think DeRozan probably sits out again. Now on the other side with Milwaukee, Giannis you got coming in at 12.7. Giannis is kind of the clear top pay-up option today. You look at the studs on this slate, you've got Giannis, and then the next most expensive guy is Vooch. So obviously, Giannis is, when it comes to upside, nobody has the upside on this slate that Giannis does. If any player on this slate is going to put up 70, 75, it's going to be Giannis. So even though there's not much value right now, I think Giannis is still a great pay-up option. He's going to play big minutes here if the game's competitive. This is their last game before the All-Star break, so obviously, might as well just play in big minutes. He's going to have a week off anyway. I think Giannis is definitely in play today. Definitely, one of the best pay-up options overall. The rest of Milwaukee, though, I think the one guy that I do like from the Bucks besides Giannis is Chris Middleton. So do want to mention that Pat Connaughton is out today, and Pat Connaughton had been starting. So don't know what the Bucks are going to do with their starting lineup. They could start Chris Middleton. Middleton has been coming off the bench lately and has been playing limited minutes. He's been playing, about 24, 25 minutes a game. He's played 25 minutes now in back-to-back games. I'd assume that if Middleton starts, he probably gets like 26, 28 minutes. And at 5,500, that is definitely a cheap tag for Middleton if he's going to be starting here, playing anywhere near 30 minutes. So I would definitely like him for value. He would definitely be one of my favorite plays on Milwaukee, right up there with Giannis. The rest of the Bucks, though, like Brook Lopez and Drew Holiday at their price tags, I don't love either one. I know Drew had a really big game last game, but I think at 7,500, he is priced correctly here. Not a standout option to me. Grayson Allen, these guys like Grayson Allen and Javon Carter and Joe Ingles, not much interest in these guys. By some chance, if they start a different guy, like I'd assume it's going to be Middleton that starts, but they could go with maybe like a Joe Ingles or a Javon Carter. I think Joe Ingles is kind of like their sixth man. Maybe Javon Carter starts. If he were to start, at 3,300, he'd be playable, but not a guy that I really ever get excited to roster. When he's playing with Giannis, with Drew, with Middleton, Javon Carter's production is not nearly as good as when he's playing without all those guys. So that'll do it for that game. Not too much else to talk about there. Let's move on to the next one, Washington and Minnesota. So for Minnesota today, Rudy Gobert, Kyle Anderson are both questionable. I think they've been questionable for like the last two games, and they played the last two games. So I'm expecting Gobert to play, expecting Kyle Anderson to play. We'll start off at the top with Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards coming in at 9K. Price tag has come down a little bit. We saw his price was in like the 10K range for a lot of these slates lately, and it was tough to pay 10K for Anthony Edwards. Now that his price tag has come down $1,000 to 9K, I think Edwards looks much more appealing today. Like the matchup against Washington, he's going to play big minutes. Usage is going to be great. I don't think Washington really has anyone to slow him down. So I think Anthony Edwards is a pretty good play. I think he's a pretty good pay-up option. Rudy Gobert, I like quite a bit. He's only 6,200, and we've seen the last two games. Gobert's played 30 minutes now in back-to-back games. Production's been pretty solid. Matchup against Washington, I think, is a good one. We've seen the Wizards give up a lot of fancy points to centers this season, especially as of late. Daniel Gafford, not a good defender at all. So definitely like this spot for Gobert, and the price tag is not really that expensive either. So I think Gobert is a pretty good center play. Definitely my favorite play on Minnesota. Mike Conley, he started last game, or he's been starting with Minnesota. Minutes were pretty strong last game. Played 32 minutes, had 31 DK points. Mike Conley is one of these guys that I don't really ever love rostering because I don't think his ceiling is that high. Rarely does he go out there and put up like 45 to 50, but if Conley can put up 35 or 40 DraftKings points at 5,200, that's pretty good, especially on a slate that doesn't have much value. So I think Mike Conley is an okay play today. I don't have an issue going there. The rest of Minnesota, though, Kyle Anderson, Jaden McDaniels, none of these other guys look that great. Maybe if you're playing like large field tournaments, if you're playing a lot of lineups, you could sprinkle some of these guys in. But for me on Minnesota, it's really Ant, Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, the guys that I like the most here. Now on the Wizards side, I don't really like too much on the Wizards. They've got all their guys healthy. Porzingis, Kuzma, Beal, all healthy for this game. When you look at the pricing, Porzingis is 9,200, Kuzma is 7,900, and Beal is 7,700. I think my favorite of those three is probably Kuzma. Kuzma returned from injury last game, was not limited at all. He played 36 minutes, was really productive, had 50 DraftKings points. Kuzma was a guy that we saw priced like a lot in the upper 8K range for a lot of the season. I know Porzingis has been in and out of the lineup, Beal's been in and out of the lineup, but even when all these guys have been healthy, Kuzma has still been relatively productive on a permanent basis. Minutes have been great all season, so I think of all the Wizards today, Kuzma's probably my favorite, then Porzingis, then Beal. I wouldn't consider any of those guys priority options, but obviously on a 3-game slate, they're all playable options. The rest of the Wizards, though, it's just not too much else. It looks great here. I think Gafford at 5K is an okay option. He's going to start, probably play 25 to 30 minutes. Last game, he only played 15 minutes, but he was in massive foul trouble. He had 5 fouls in those 15 minutes. But when he's not in foul trouble, he usually does play about 25 to 30 minutes. Matchup against Gobert is not the best one, but at 5K, if we do get 25, 30 minutes from Gafford, he's a good enough per-minute producer that he can outperform the salary in that time. But that'll do it for that game. Let's move on to the last game of the night, the Clippers and the Suns. So for the Suns today, I mean, this is tough to really feel good about many Suns here, especially where the price tags are. Booker has been playing limited minutes since coming back from injuries, played 26, 26, and 29 minutes. He's still kind of expensive at 8,900. You know, for me to pay this price tag for Booker, I would want close to full minutes, and he's just not getting full minutes right now. Maybe they give him big minutes here right before the break since he's going to have a week off, but tough to really feel great about Booker while he's still priced where he is. And then with Booker back now, I mean, that's obviously taken away from Ayton and Paul, where they're priced at. I don't think either one look like great options. The rest of the Suns, if we're talking about value plays from Phoenix, I think the one guy that kind of looks appealing for value is Josh Okogie. Now, Josh Okogie, not someone that I really expect to be super productive when he's playing with Booker, with Paul, with Ayton, but you look at the last 3 games, 32 minutes, 35 minutes, 39 minutes last game against Sacramento, had 44, 32, 31 DK points. Right now, Phoenix seems to have a lot of trust in Josh Okogie. They're giving him big minutes, and they don't have a ton of depth. Like, you look at their bench, Cameron Payne is still out, Landry Shamet's still out, obviously KD's still injured. They don't really have many bench guys. I mean, Damian Lee, TJ Warren, these guys they don't have much confidence in a lot of these bench guys. So I think Okogie's minutes are pretty secure right now. He's somewhat cheap at 4,900. He's probably my favorite play on Phoenix if I had to roster anyone on the Suns today, and definitely the value play that I like. But that'll do it for the Suns. I don't think there's anything else that stands out on Phoenix. Now on the other side with the Clippers, you got Kawhi coming in at 9,100. You got PG coming in at 8,500. We got this report that Kawhi and PG were going to see their minutes limited heading into the All-Star break, which really makes no sense. Like, why are you limiting guys heading into a break? Like, the whole reason of the All-Star break is to give guys rest. Like, I don't understand why they're trying to limit guys heading into a break. But even though that report came out, I mean, Kawhi still played 34 minutes last game against Golden State. Paul George played 32 minutes. The game before that, he played 32 minutes. And that was a game where he got pulled early. He got pulled with 4 minutes left due to the blowout. So I think we're still going to get 34, 35 minutes from both Kawhi and Paul George if this game is competitive. It's their last game before the break, so they're going to have a week off after today. Why not just play them, full minutes? This is a game that should be competitive against the Suns. So between the two Clippers guys, Kawhi and PG, I do prefer Kawhi. He's just been a better permanent producer this season. He also seems to be playing slightly more minutes right now. He's just a guy that can do everything when he's on the floor, can score, can rebound, can get assists, can get defensive stats. He's been a really good permanent producer when he's been healthy, and he seems to be fully healthy right now. So I definitely like Kawhi the most of all the Clippers. And if we're talking about any other plays from the Clippers, nothing else looks that great here. Plumlee and Zubac are going to pretty much split the center minutes, and where they're priced at, I mean, neither one looked that appealing. Seems like Zubac kind of has the upper hand on minutes right now, but I feel like that could change any game. It's just going to depend on who's playing better. Looking at the bench guys, there's going to be no Norman Powell. So without Norman Powell, you're taking away a high usage player that plays a lot with the second unit. So you'll probably see more usage in the second unit for Eric Gordon, for Bones Highland. Eric Gordon in his debut with the Clippers played 22 minutes, had 19 Draftkings points. Especially with Norman Powell out, I don't mind Eric Gordon as a value piece here. He is kind of cheap. He should play 24, 25 minutes. I think he's playable. I think Bones Highland is kind of worth the dart throw as well if you're playing a lot of lineups. He played 16 minutes in his debut with the Clippers. He did have 5 fouls in those 16 minutes. I didn't look into it, but I should have looked to see if did he lose any minutes because of those fouls? I would assume not. I assume he was going to play 16 minutes regardless. But now that you take out Norman Powell, I mean, maybe we see 20, 22 minutes for Bones Highland here. Bones Highland is a guy that can produce and can put up, he can average over a fantasy point per minute, and he's going to pretty much run the second unit, I'd assume. So at 3,700, I definitely think Bones is worth a dart throw if you're playing plenty of lineups. If you're just playing one lineup, he might be a tough guy to get to in one lineup, but I think he's worth a dart throw if you're playing a lot of lineups. But I don't really like anything else on the Clippers. Nothing else looks that great here. So that'll do it, guys, for this little 3-game slate. I know it's kind of a quick video, but there wasn't too much to talk about with it being a shorter slate today. Again, this is our last slate before the All-Star break. So, after today, there's going to be no NBA games until next Thursday. Right now, at least, I don't plan on making any videos during the All-Star break. So I will see you guys next Thursday when the break resumes. Hope you guys all enjoy the break. Try not to bet on too much, NHL and whatever else is going to be going on. I'm personally just going to take some time away, try and get out of the house a little bit, step away from the computer, because I'm, during the NBA season, I'm just locked in on the computer all day. So I usually I look forward to the All-Star break, and I'm looking forward to, the break Thursday. But We still got a little 3-gamer for today. I did want to talk through this 3-gamer with you guys. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. As always, I appreciate you watching. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, if you're new to PrizePicks, check them out. Sign up with my promo code NOAH. You will get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. Definitely give PrizePicks a try if you guys haven't yet. And I should have a PrizePicks video posted for Thursday. I think I'm actually going to make it tonight. So shortly after this video gets posted, I will post my PrizePicks video talking through a couple props I like for this Thursday slate. So check that video out if you are interested. If you're gonna, or if you want some props that I'm playing, I will share those in a separate video later tonight. But good luck on this Thursday slate, guys. Enjoy the All-Star break, and we will see you guys next week when the break ends and we get some NBA. But enjoy the break, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.